I'm Leah.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Delaney.
In this interview, we have the social worker Leah interviewing Amanda, who is in a rehab center for her alcohol abuse. Amanda has struggled with alcoholism for a few years, but hasn't viewed it as an issue until recently. Amanda's fiancé, Delaney, was the person who gave Amanda the push she needed to recognize her problem and get into a rehab program. Leah is the social worker at the rehab center who periodically checks in with patients at the center and their families at their homes.
For the first scene, we see Amanda and Leah in the rehab center. Amanda has just started the 60-day rehab program, and this is the end of her first week. This is Leah and Amanda's first meeting. Amanda touches on how her drinking and her time at rehab has affected her and her relationship with her fiancé Delaney.
And then in our second scene, we have Delaney and Leah at Amanda and Delaney's home. This is the first meeting that they've had. Amanda has just finished her 2 months of rehab, and Leah and Delaney discuss how the process has been for Delaney. Later in the scene, Leah begins asking Amanda about her time in rehab and how she has been integrating back into life outside of rehab. Alright, and now we're just going to jump into it. Hi Amanda, I'm your social worker Leah. I've been working here at the rehab clinic for about 5 years. My job is to meet with you a few times each week just to see how you're doing. Would you mind talking with me for a while today?
I'd be okay with that.
Great. How have things been so far?
Honestly, things have been really difficult. I know that it has only been a week, but it's been hard adjusting to life without alcohol and to not being home with my fiancé Delaney. But I think I'm beginning to settle in.
I'm happy to hear that. So, can you tell me a little bit more about why you're here?
Well, I've always been a social drinker, but lately Delaney has been telling me that I've been out at the bar too much. I really have never seen my drinking as an issue, but I don't want it to drive a wedge between Delaney and me.
And what do you mean by lately?
Well, Delaney and I moved in together about 3 months ago, which is when she started bringing it up.
Do you feel that your drinking has changed at all since you and Delaney moved in together?
No, I wouldn't say so. I've always drunk as much as I do, but I've always felt in control until she started pointing it out as an issue. To tell you the truth, I've felt in control until arriving here and was just trying to appease Delaney by agreeing to rehab. I'm beginning to realize how much I have in common with the other patients here.
Okay. In what ways did Delaney point this out to you as an issue?
She said that I've been doing things that I don't remember doing, and things that aren't characteristic of me. I guess I've been blacking out and I haven't been realizing it.
So, how long has Delaney been asking you to seek help?
She's been asking for a couple of months. She just kept nagging me, so I finally gave in.
And when did you realize that you needed to seek help?
Well, I agreed to it about a month ago. I realized if I didn't get my drinking under control, I would lose Delaney. She's been very unhappy with me for the past couple of months because of my drinking.
Oh. It sounds like Delaney is very important to you and that she's been a big motivator for you. And what made you choose rehab as your course of action?
Well, I tried to stop drinking on my own, but I kept slipping up. I wasn't able to stop for more than a day. I just needed to drink. I hadn't realized until I tried to stop how dependent I had become on alcohol.
And now that you're here, are you more comfortable with your decision to come to rehab?
Yeah, I am. Here there are people to push me and keep me on track. Without rehab, it was just me, and I really, really struggled.
It sounds like you trust the staff here and are willing to make a change. I feel that that will be very helpful in your time here. Okay, now we are going to switch to our second interview, which is at Amanda and Delaney's home. Hi, Delaney. My name is Leah. I'm the social worker from the rehab center. Amanda has recently completed the rehab program, and I know that you were the one that originally suggested rehab, so I just wanted to check in with you and see how things were going.
I'm really happy that she finally decided to go to rehab. I noticed a major change in her these last 2 months.
I'm happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Well, it really has been a rough process. During the first few weeks of the program, she struggled to keep herself motivated, and Amanda even lashed out at me a couple of times.
She did mention that she was struggling at first, but she didn't mention that it got to that point with the lashing out. And have you two worked to mend your relationship since then?
Oh yeah. We gave each other some space in the beginning. I knew that it would be hard for her, but after a month, things got better, and she has since apologized for her behavior.
I'm happy to hear that the two of you are making progress in your relationship since you lashed out. I think that will be very important for Amanda as she readjusts to life again outside of rehab.
I think so too. I'm so proud of her. I feel like I have my old Amanda back.
So, things are back to the way that they were before the two of you started living together?
Yeah. Now I don't have to worry about whether or not I come home and I'll find her blacked out. She hasn't even mentioned having a drink.
Sounds like Amanda has made great progress. And how has this experience been for you, having her away for those 2 months?
I was sad that she had to go to the inpatient rehab, but I knew that it was the only way she would get better. I just tried to stay positive and told myself that 2 months wasn't that long.
Okay. Hi, Amanda. Delaney and I have just been discussing your time in rehab and the progress that you've made. How do you feel that your experience in rehab was?
My experience was great. The staff was so supportive, and that really helped me to engage in my recovery. I'm really glad that I decided to go to rehab and make such a positive change in my life. It has been really good for me and Delaney as well.
So, you're happy with the results thus far, and you and Delaney are doing well. I'm glad to hear that.
Exactly. I've been feeling better than ever and haven't had the desire to pour a glass of anything but water. Being in rehab was very challenging, but I definitely feel that I made the right decision.
And you mentioned earlier that the staff was supportive of you in this process. Do you have anything else that you would like to say about that?
Well, in my first couple of weeks there, I was very irritable and actually lashed out at Delaney a couple of times, which put even more of a strain on our relationship. They were there for me through that and helped me with my apology.
Yeah, before her time in rehab, she never apologized for anything alcohol-related. It was good to hear her acknowledge my feelings and her missteps.
Well, I'm very pleased that your experience in rehab was worthwhile for you. And Delaney, it was nice getting your input as well. Seems that things are going smoothly with the both of you. And please don't hesitate to reach out if you need me, and I'll check in with you again in a couple of weeks.